Hello, YouTube. It is 8 in the fucking morning, guys. Can you believe it? This is one of the earliest I've ever gotten a video out for you guys. We're here, man. I'm gonna get this video grinded out. I don't know why I'm necessarily doing this. I normally don't even get up this early ever in my life, except if it's for me going to work. But I was just thinking last night. I was like, I'm not really that tired. Like I never really fell asleep like for a solid minute. I fell asleep for like 2 hours, and then I got up and I was like, all right, we're gonna make some videos. Sorry about the fucking cricket. I wish it would shut the hell up. Hopefully it's not too loud. You know what? Yeah, we're gonna get into the plot. We're gonna get into the critical response. We have two more shows to talk about, and then we have a Madden Road to Glory. I kind of want to like enjoy my last day in town, last full day in town, last day in town, because tomorrow morning I'm leaving for college, and I'm probably gonna be there till Labor Day. So, yeah, I just kind of want to enjoy my last day, get the videos out in the morning. So Chuck warns Jimmy that Sandpiper's attorneys will attempt to obtain a restraining order barring Jimmy from their property, which Jimmy prevents from being approved. Like he's bringing up all possible evidence that these guys need to be consequented, I guess. I don't know, that's not really the right word. They need to be punished for what they've done. He's trying to give them every reason to get punished, and he's doing a good job. He's a very adamant lawyer, and this is how he's really going to get his name out there, and he's doing a great job at it. There is definitely some fuck shit that happens in this episode that concerns the HHM law firm, and we will get to that in a second. One of the most douchiest things I've seen happen in a television series ever, possibly. Upon returning to Chuck's house, he finds that Sandpiper's attorneys have resorted to a document dump. So they're kind of like last resort. They realize that, Jimmy's kind of cracking on their case, and yeah. Chuck suggests referring to the case to HHM so they could bring it into HHM. They could all probably partner on it. That's not how it happens. Jimmy's reluctant but arranges a meeting. He does not like the people at HHM. They have treated him dirty for years and years. We saw in that opening from the last episode kind of some foreshadowing to what happens in this episode of, him getting rejected as a lawyer for the company, being put as the mailman. He passes his bar exam, and they just turn him the fuck down completely. While Jimmy is asleep, Chuck uses Jimmy's phone to make a call, and later on in the episode, it is very apparent, and we're very sure of what this phone call pertained of. Don't worry, guys, I'll get some sleep tonight. Because of Chuck's EHS, the next morning, Howard prepares for Chuck and Jimmy's arrival at HHM for confiscating cell phones and shutting down electricity. They really care about Chuck. Chuck, for so many years for this HHM company, we learned that he was like a big staple. And now that he's returning, and now that they know he has EHS, they need to do everything possible, take any safety, precautious means possible, at making this meeting go smoothly, And that's great of them. That's a great gesture for HHM, but at the same time, you can't really respect HHM after what they do to Jimmy in this episode. Howard offers Jimmy 20% of the final settlement or judgment and a $20,000 of console fee, but makes clear that Jimmy will not continue working on the case. So he's pretty much trying to steal the case from Jimmy. They've had a rivalry throughout this show, and he's letting that get in the way of their dealing here. You've got to let Jimmy work on this case. He did the legwork. Everyone's kind of trying to argue for his case. His own brother is turning on him, by the way, and you guys will figure out really soon that phone call is really important, and we're about to talk about that here in a second. It's so douchey. Like, you bring a $20 million RICO case to a law firm, you're not going to walk out not working on the case anymore. You're going to work with the law firm on the case. I mean, HHM hires people to go get them cases and not work on them and bring them back. Jimmy is just a random lawyer that sees potential in HHM's dealings and wants them to work on the case with him. He's not working for HHM, so it's not like they can just take him off the case. It's his case. I don't know. It's so stupid. I don't know. It really makes me hate Howard. Howard is seen as like an antagonist almost in the series right now. Jimmy angrily demands to know why he is always excluded from the firm. We never really get any true motivation behind HHM always just putting this man in the dark and shutting him down from any operations. When Howard does not answer, Jimmy keeps the case. He's like, look, I'm not giving it to you. You're not giving me good explanations as to why you're kicking me out and trying to throw me under the bus and trying to ruin, my law career. Yeah, I'm done with it. Sort of. Kim confronts Howard, who resists telling her the reason for his action, but then confides the truth. So we don't really know the truth, but obviously Kim and Howard, behind closed doors, they were talking about why exactly they always turn down Jimmy, like why that's the case. Mike, meanwhile, had a pretty dope ass scene in this episode. He receives a job offer to bodyguard Daniel Wormold, who wants to sell pills stolen from his employer. So kind of like a crazy side hustle job that Mike's doing. This is kind of when we first learned that Mike's doing illegal things. He's working with an illegal vet throughout the show, but this is his first illegal action. Obviously murdering people, but this is like a con man action that he's doing here. Some dirty work, I guess. Daniel considers Mike, Sobchak, and Man Mountain, while Sobchak mocks Mike for carrying no weapons, only a pimento cheese sandwich for lunch. Obviously, that's why the episode's called Pimento. It's really funny. It's like, all I got is my sandwich. I'm not having sex with you, Walter. Put your dick away, Walter. Sorry, I just had to get that out real quick. I've never brought that meme up on the channel, and it's so fucking funny. Me and my cousin laugh about it all the fucking time. Sobchak dares Mike to disarm him, which Mike easily does, prompting Man Mountain to flee. I mean, I'm sure as a police officer, Mike kind of learned these tactics. Man Mountain's big ass is just fleeing the scene. It is so fucking funny. It's one of the most funny things that's happened on the show so far. Him just running away. I was laughing my ass off. This scene was honestly funny as hell. It's a great scene. Great sequence. Mike coaches Daniel on how to act during the drug deal, kind of showing him the insider stuff of the deal, don't act stupid, these guys are criminals, they want to get it done swiftly. They're not bad people, they're just criminals, They can be bad people if you push them to the edge, and that's kind of what he warns Daniel of. Nacho hands over a large sum of cash, obviously for these pills. So it's Nacho here. I don't think they told us that Nacho was involved, but it was kind of interesting to see this revelation that this dealing they're doing is with Nacho, a guy that Jimmy got himself entangled with a little bit. I don't know. That's probably not the right word to use, but Daniel notes the payment is $20 short, and Mike calmly insists that Nacho pay in full. As a criminal, you have to be adamant, you have to be insistent, you have to get people to do what you want to make a fair deal. As they leave, Mike tells Daniel he had researched Nacho and knew the deal would be carried out without his boss's knowledge. So Nacho would not risk a confrontation. He wants all of the money to himself. That's what a lot of criminals do in these big enterprises, these big organized organizations for crime organizations, sorry. They go on these little side missions, kind of, and they just take their money for themselves and give the boss no cuts. It's pretty normal, I guess. So Kim suggests Jimmy takes Howard's offer, which will enable him to start his own firm. You know Jimmy's pissed at this. Kim confronts him at the nail salon. They're kind of sweet talking each other, and she brings the idea of him accepting this deal. It's $20,000, but after rejecting Kim's advice, Jimmy realizes Chuck used his phone the night before, and he realized that he called Howard. The next day, Jimmy informs Chuck that he will accept Howard's deal, having deduced that Chuck was using Howard to keep Jimmy out of HHM. So, getting a higher-up guy to kind of petition to keep him out of things. He's not a real lawyer. I can agree with that, honestly. I mean, that's something that the audience of this show is not really willing to admit. He's not a real fucking lawyer. He's a con lawyer. He's a very incriminated lawyer. He's done some pretty shitty things so far as a lawyer. He's taken stolen money from people. He's taken embezzled money, like government property. He's He's like helped people commit crimes and shit. Oh my god. Jimmy demands to know why Chuck has treated him so badly. He just wants to know why. I mean, this whole episode is Jimmy trying to find out, why am I being treated like this? And we start to get this idea from the last episode as well. Chuck says he does not consider Jimmy a real lawyer. No one takes him serious, really. I mean, he says he was proud when Jimmy stopped running cons and worked in the HHM mailroom, but Jimmy should not be an attorney because he has not changed his dishonest ways, and that is a fair statement. Feeling betrayed, Jimmy cuts his ties with Chuck. So this is when the relationship with Jimmy and Chuck end. Obviously, Saul Goodman has nothing to do with his brother Chuck and Breaking Bad, so maybe that is where it ends here. I cannot wait to get into this season finale of season 1. It's been a pretty solid season. It's kind of hard to like really jumpstart a show off of one season, but they're doing pretty good so far. Critical acclaim, the plot twist at the end, the performances from, Chuck and Jimmy's actors. Bob Odenkirk and Michael McKean did great. 100% approval, Rotten Tomatoes, 8.8 out of 10. A terrifically acted, heart-wrenching revelation mixed with a tough and powerful subplot for Mike makes Pimento a superior penultimate episode of a consistently strong season. 9 out of 10 on IGN. Better Call Saul revealed the betrayal that may very well be at the heart of what turns Jimmy McGill into Saul Goodman, as this stunningly crafted story continues to unfold. 4 out of 5 on the Telegraph. He was nominated for Best Actor and an Emmy. Bob Odenkirk was, and this was like one of the big episodes he chose for that. You can submit your episodes for this to the Academy. I think that's really cool that they do that. Like the actor gets to choose what episode, what performance gets showcased, and this was